If you want to instantly become a better fighter, then you clicked on the right video. I am one of the top ranked players in NA this season, and today I'm going to be going over 5 different ways to become a god at fighting. And the best part is, all of these moves are insanely easy to master, and once you've mastered these techniques, you're never going to find yourself losing a fight again. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, go check out my other socials, use code Farley, but now onto the video. So first off, let's talk about the biggest question when fighting in ranked. How do you fight against aggressive players? Well, the best way to counter aggressive players is with the piece control side jump. So the first step to this move is very simple. Let's say your opponent is pushing you. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to swap to your mats and you're going to create a 2x1 of space. And what you want to do from this point is bait your opponent to swing on one of your walls. It doesn't really matter which one it is. Now, if the player wants to swing onto my wall, I don't obviously want to make an edit like this, because if he's standing on that floor right there, I'm super exposed. And I don't want to make a cone edit here because obviously, again, I would be super exposed. So instead, what I want to do is I want to go into the player's blind spot, which is right below him. So what I'm going to do from this point is I'm going to edit the wall, and then I'm going to place a ramp. From this point now, I'm then going to side jump while holding out a wall and then catching myself with the floor. And once you side jump, obviously it's just an easy piece control and then a pump and then a free kill. So in full speed, the movement will look like this. My opponent is pushing me, I'm holding my walls, baiting him in, and then when he goes for the wall, I edit below him, side jump, catch myself, edit through, and then a full piece of player pumping him, giving me a free kill. Now that we've learned how to do this move in creative, let's show you how to transfer it over to an actual ranked match. So when this player drops on me, he's going to place a cone above me and he's going to try and swing on my wall like any normal player would. Now obviously when I'm sitting in this box, I obviously don't want to edit this wall or the cone in front of me because he'll easily just pump me. So I want to go in his blind spot to make sure he can't see me when I edit. So to do this, I'm going to edit the wall below him and I'm going to turn to my left and side jump. This is going to catch the player off guard. I'm able to get a wall in between me and him, and then I'm able to give myself a right hand peek on this wall right here. I'm able to then pump him and crack him. And after applying a bunch of pressure, I was able to make this player run away in the open, spray him, and give myself a free kill. So make sure when you're fighting opponents in ranked, you go into their blind spots so that you can catch them off guard and piece them up for free kills. Moving on now, let's talk about the best build move to end fights quickly in ranked, and that is by using the fake box trick. So the first step to this move is very simple. Let's say there's an opponent in front of me and I want to bait him to peek. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to place a cone in front of me. And after I flip up the cone, I'm then going to back up and then create a box behind that cone. What you're going to do from this point is you're going to edit a peanut butter peek, and then you're going to hold the edit on the cone and you're going to hold the reset, but you're not going to edit yet. Because from the other player's POV, he can only see the cone in front of him, so obviously he's going to think, oh, I just need to break this cone. But when the player tries to break the cone, that's your chance to reset the wall and then pump the player in the face. So on full speed, the move would look like this. The player is in front of me right here. I'm going to edit a cone, flip it up, back up, create a box. Then I'm going to edit the wall, reset, and then all I have to do is just pump him in the face and then pick up a quick kill. Now that we've learned how to do this move in creative, let's show you how to transfer it over to an actual ranked match. So in this fight right here, for example, as you can see, an opponent in front of me just picked up a kill. So I'm going to push over to him on his right side, and then he's going to swap the hard mats and he's going to create space. Now when I push up to this player's wall, I want to bait him to peek. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip up the cone in front of me, and then I'm going to create a box behind that cone. What I'm going to do from this point now is edit a peanut butter peek, but then I'm just going to sit on the cone and hold the reset and play patient. And I'm going to wait until this player makes a wide edit, and when he does, I can reset the cone, giving myself a good peek, and I can pump the player, cracking him. After cracking this player, I realized I threw a sprite down earlier, which means I have dashes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run towards my opponent's wall while spraying, and then when the wall breaks, I'm going to dash past him into the back of his box. This is going to make the player whiff his shot, and now I'm able to easily pump him in the back, and I'm able to pick up a free kill. So make sure you're doing things like this so that you can come out on top in all of your fights. Moving on now, let's talk about the best peek that you can do to not take damage while doing damage in a fight, and that is by using the protected floor edit. So the first step to this move is very simple. Let's say your opponent is below you right here. Now if the player is below me and I want to edit on him, I don't want to edit through one of these walls because obviously I'm going to overexpose myself and I could easily get pumped. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a hold of my floor and I'm going to edit the top right tile. As you can see, when I do these edits in game, the other player is not going to be able to see you at all. And that means you're always going to be able to take the first shot and you can easily pump the player. So on full speed, it looked like this. I see my player in front of me. I'm not going to edit a wall. I'm going to edit the floor, and then I'm going to pump him. Also, another thing, even if your opponent is directly below you, you can still pull off this peek. As you can see, the player's right below me, but I can still edit this peek and then pump the player in the head. Also, if your opponent is below you right here, you can bait them to peek if you're on their wall. So you can edit this wall right here, spray it a little bit, bait them to peek, and then jump shot and then pump the player. So if you ever get high ground on your opponent, you can easily do this move to get a little jump shot in and crack your opponent. Now that we've learned how to do this move in creative, let's show you how to transfer it over to an actual ranked match. So in this first fight right here, as you can see, I'm at the Supernova Academy. There's a player above me. I'm going to hit a scanner so I can see where he is, and I'm going to start to build up to him while covering my head. When I cover my head now, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to look at where he is. Now that I know where he is, I'm going to build up towards him while covering my head, and I'm going to look over to my right and see he's not on the ramp. So I'm instantly going to push up and then I'm going to ramp him off. After ramping this player off, I'm then going to hit a double edit on him while moving to the left. As you can see from my POV, this gives me a right hand peek, but from the other player's POV, he can barely see me. This means I can easily pump the player and then crack him. After cracking this player, I'm now going to set up the perfect peek by editing the floor in front of me. What this will do now is it will set me up for a god peek. You can see my POV, I can see the player easily, but from the other player's POV, you can clearly see I am fully protected behind the floor. And this means I'm able to pump the player one more time, get him super weak, and then I'm able to just easily spray him and then pick up an easy kill off spawn. So if you want to start winning fights consistently in ranked, make sure you're using protected peeks like this so you come out on top in all of your fights. Moving on now, let's talk about the best way to bait your opponents to peek, and that is by using fake edits. So this move is very simple. The first step is, let's say your opponent is in this box right here. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to place a cone in front of you and you're going to flip it up like a ramp. From this point now, you're going to place a wall to your left and you're going to edit the wall. From this point now, the player obviously sees you trying to run away and you're going to bait like you're creating space just like this. And when this player sees you running away in that direction, he's obviously now going to want to edit on you and try and push up to you. And when the player does make a wide edit on you, all you have to do is, after you confirm this edit, reset the cone in their face. This is going to catch them off guard and you can pump them, picking up a free kill. Also, if you have the wall, this move is even better because you can flip up your cone, act like you're leaving, and then edit on the player and then pump them. So the full move would look like this. I'm going to edit out my cone, edit out left, reset, and then pump the player. Now that we've learned how to do this move in creative, let's show you how to transfer it over to an actual ranked match. So let's use this fight right here for an example. As you can see, there's an opponent boxed up in front of me. I'm going to hit a scanner to find out where he is, and he's going to run back into his old space and box up. Now when he boxes up, I really want to avoid getting third-partied here, so I'm going to switch to brick, and I'm going to create space around his box so that I'm super safe while taking the wall. From this point now, I'm going to start swinging on this player's floor, and he's going to double edit on me. So I'm going to place a wall in between me and him, and when he sprays, I'm going to hit him with a pre-fire and hit him for 34 damage. From this point now, I need to bait this player to peek. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip up the cone in front of me, and then I'm going to edit the wall to my left. This is going to make the player think that I'm leaving the box to go create space. But when this player thinks I'm going to leave, he's obviously going to try and edit on me. So all I have to do is reset the cone in front of me, and I can easily pump this player in the head, giving me a free kill. So make sure when you're fighting in ranked, you learn how to do things like this so that you can come out on top in all of your fights. Moving on now, let's talk about the final build move of this video, and that is by learning how to phase into a box every single time. So the first step you need to know when doing this move is, let's say your opponent is boxed up again and you want to get in their box. The first step to this move is obviously see your opponent in front of you, and what you're going to do from this point is you're going to put a wall in front of you, and then you're going to make a window edit or a wall edit. It just doesn't really matter as long as you're staying protected from the player, and you're going to place a cone in this box right here. From this point now, obviously you could just try and take their wall and then you could edit on them and then get a kill. But sometimes when you do this, if you get the wall, the other player could have already left the box. So instead, what you're going to do is when you see your opponent in the box in front of you, you're going to edit the wall just like this, and then you're going to flip up the cone like a ramp just like this. From this point now, it sets you up for a perfect phase-in trick, and when the wall is weak, as you get up to the wall, you can spray it while jumping and it's going to phase you into the box. Even when the player holds the wall, it's not going to be able to stop you from getting in the box. And this means you can easily jump in your opponent's box, giving you a free kill. So in full speed, it looks like this. I see my opponent in front of me, I'm going to place a cone in the box, flip it up, edit out, and then I phase in, and then I can get a pump kill and pick up a free kill. Also, there's a bunch of different variations to this move. It doesn't have to be a cone, and you don't have to enter from the side of the box. You can place a ramp, flip the ramp like this, and then use it to phase in just like that. Now that we've learned how to do this move in creative, let's show you how to transfer it over to an actual ranked match. So a perfect example of this would be right here. I'm sitting in my box, I don't know where the other people around me are, so I'm going to hit my scanner so I can see the player below me. This allows me to see the player below me crouching. So I'm going to scout through my cone, make sure there's no one else around, and then I'm going to drop down onto him. When I drop down onto him, I'm going to track my crosshair on the player, so if he makes a bad edit like he does here, I'm able to pump him. But when I pump this player, I place this cone in front of me. What I'm going to do from this point is I'm going to edit the wall in front of me, and I'm not going to go swing on his wall. What I'm going to do is flip up the cone in front of me like a ramp. And what I can do from this point is now jump up while spraying the wall at the same time. The momentum will then carry me in and phase me into the box. And since I have such a huge health advantage, I was able to easily win this fight and then pump the player and then pick up a free kill. So make sure to end fights quickly off spawn. You think about things like this so you come out on top in every single fight. That's going to wrap up this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be live later today. And if you want to see it instantly become better at Fortnite, go check this video out. But with that, I'm out. Peace.